Well, here we are once again for another night of CSC Challenger Series as we got Mike Tyson over here, it looks like, aka Shaw Green. Hello, everyone. I'm William Stewart. Nice to have you here for another exciting night, Division number 2 this evening, as we got Tommy Campbell taking on Gerald Rutledge. This should be a good match. What do you think, buddy?
I think you're exactly right. There's a reason that these two gentlemen are on the stream tonight, and let's run through the reason why. Tommy Campbell road to getting here, beat Jeremiah Berger, broke the throne last leg decider, lost to Lavelle Sterling. We saw that on stream. Some of you saw it on stream live, some of you afterwards. And then he defeated TJ Shoemaker and Jason Hawkinson 9-3 in the last match to get to this point. He's averaging a 4.45. That is third overall in averages. 22-9 marks, third overall. And he's played 55 games in that time frame. Gerald Rutledge from Spring, Texas, playing at Thirsties, but no disco ball tonight, unfortunately. But happy early birthday to you, sir. His birthday is Sunday. So there's that, because I creep on Facebook. His road here defeated Dan Levine, Mark Rowe, before losing to Brian Smith in the top 8. And that brings him to this point right here, averaging a 4.36. That's fifth overall in averages. 14.9 marks, 52.7 marks, 73.5 marks, and a 41 games played so far. I did my homework.
Hey, it looks like you did, or it sounds like you did at least. My goodness, Sean. Rattle it off, why don't you? But yeah, you can tell why we have this match this evening. Third and fifth in overall averages. Should be a doozy of a match. Both fighting for their opportunity to move on in the loser side. Let's go ahead. Maybe Nick has a little bracket for us. What do you think, Nick? There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look where we're at. Mike Scarborough losing to Randy White. So Randy White actually our number one in MPR. He will await the winner of this match between
Yep.
Tommy and Gerald, and then the winner has Tyler Holmes in the next round.
Yeah, and you look down a little bit further down the bracket, you see Willie Walker, Chrissy Grimmel going on tonight. Another dynamic battle on the dartboard. Two big names. One of them about to be out of the CSC Challenger Series. The winner of that one will be taking on Mark Rowe, who has defeated Lavelle Sterling, who beat Tommy Campbell a couple weeks ago on stream.
Yeah, and let's say if Willie Walker comes out on top of Chrissy, which that's going to be a great battle. I think it'll go to the end. If Willie comes out on top, we'll see Mark and Willie probably from the same bar going at it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, those people were wondering at home maybe why we're not getting Willie and Chrissy. Well, the averages speak for themselves. That's why we're getting that this match tonight, and I'm really excited for it. After I was like, oh, I wonder why we're not getting it. I looked at the dartstoc.com under CSC Challenger Series stats, and that is why, folks. So, how does it play out? Let's find out. And I think we got Aaron Ham and who is our Jeff Burning. Yeah, good old Jeff Burning on the King seat match, as they'll possibly await and then play on stream. Maybe. Oh no, Aaron actually came out on top of Jeff. How about that? That was what, last week, or
Yeah,
was it
they did.
this week?
They did not hold that third place match at all. The King Seat match was just played. So both those guys get a little break from playing darts for a bit.
They'll get a little bit break, but Aaron Ham in that king seat, so he will wait. Possibly Jeff Burning or somebody else that we named. We will find out as we work our way through this bracket, but that we'll have to wait for another night as we have Tommy and Gerald in the background awaiting our start here. There it
Yeah,
is.
we
Thirsties.
actually, yep, we're actually gonna get only the vantage point of Gerald tonight. The camera system at Sharks is not operating functionally. You should have left a couple cameras yourself there from last weekend, bub.
I really should have, and honestly, I could have just hopped up there. I should have this evening and just said, "Hey, we'll do something for it." But that's quite all right. Tommy filling the screen there, the Tower of Power.
And he just throws in a big 1-3-5 to start off the diddle. And Jeremiah Millar in the chat saying, here's hoping their misses will be quality misses.
I like it. I
Uh,
like it. Thanks,
and
Jeremiah.
You got to kick him when he's down or up. It doesn't matter. Either way, it works. Guys, we cannot tell you how much we appreciate your support. Tonight's stream is brought to you by A to Z Darts.com. Stop by A to Z Darts.com after the match to check out their brand month specials. It's all about shot darts during the month of September. Now until September 15th, you can snag yourself some new Eagle Claw shafts, foldable flights, or shot L-style collab flight designs on sale. And while you're at it, take a look at their Dart of the Month featuring the Mardi Gras barrel, a part of the new Americana darts range. Receive a free gift with purchase of the Americana line or Mega Tactical Case. And just by leaving a comment in our chat and hit that like button, you are automatically entered into tonight's giveaway sponsored by A to Z Darts. A to Z Darts is giving away a $15 gift certificate to their website tonight. It can be used on any product seen on the website and combined with any special. Use it towards a $45 purchase to qualify for free shipping in the continental U.S. I'm
Bada
done.
bing, bada boom, buddy. Good job on that one. Well, we mentioned that Randy White was our number one in NPR. How about our second, Brian Smith? He's awaiting in that fifth, sixth match for a potential Chrissy Grimm or Willie Walker to play Mark Rowe. As we see a nice little low. Was that an 8 mark, 7 mark there?
It's an 8 mark.
Nice. And then in our third, of course, we mentioned that was Tommy Campbell. How about our fourth, Mario Sierra?
Yeah. It's going to be quite the battle going on here, bub. Tommy Campbell coming out firing. Oh, a big last start. Has a 100-point lead, comfortable. 3 wedges to him as well. I like Gerald's throw.
Yeah, pretty steady. No movement. Really, even at the end of the throw, too. I mean, he really waits till that dart's out of his hand to start going towards the board.
Tommy throws in a big 6 mark, throwing a 5.2 so far in this. And if you remember correctly, him and Lavelle, their averages were ridiculous the entire night long. Definitely makes it obvious why he is sitting in this spot, third in averages overall.
I've got some people in the chat giving us a shout here. Appreciate that. Hot Rob from Booyah Darts. Scott, nice to meet you up there as well, man. It was a true pleasure. I got to meet so many fine people that call us out for the CSC Challenger Series. Wishing you were there as well, Sean.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. That's a pleasure. Aaron Ham saying, shoot well to both from New York. He's our king seat right now, bub.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. As he's hanging out in the chat, going to be awaiting that next match, which will be could be our final match on the stream. You never know.
That's true. That's very true. It's hashtag BGTD, watching from Canton, Illinois. John Wilson, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Guys, shout out to all of you in the chat. We appreciate it. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know who you have in this one. Doing so will automatically enter into tonight's raffle for $15 gift certificate to A to Z Darts.com. It's straight cash homie. $45 or more qualifies you for free shipping as well.
Here we go. Shout it out loud. Free shipping. Who doesn't love that?
Well, all right, guys. If you've never watched before, let's go over the format and specific rules for the CSC Challenger Series. It's a double elimination style tournament. Both these players on the loser side. Players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket, with a cork or 3-dart kind up to start the match. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until the deficit is reduced to 2 legs. This is the PPD player advantage rule. If we go the distance, players will cork to start the last leg decider. First place in this bad boy. Oh, is Tommy trying to light the fuse here for me. $2,500.
Big cash, big cash. This is what the PPD can do for you folks. Join us, dartstoc.com. Find out where your board is near you get involved today. So you can play in events like, well, TOC coming up, 2 million plus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And just saying that out loud is nuts.
Like I know that, and I still like looked up at you when you said 2 million. I was like,
Well,
what?
well, how about this? This will be me and your first TOC. Nick in the background has had a couple to boot. So, yeah, I'm excited for my first experiences. You know, I've always heard about this tournament. I just had never had the opportunity to go, and now to kind of see the behind the scenes as well as the event firsthand. Really looking forward to it.
Look at that 7 mark there for Jerel. Trying to stay in this bad boy. Down some points is Tommy Campbell, but he gets the point lead back. Stays on him. 5 marks at 5.0 in this leg through a 4.8, I believe, in leg number 1. On fire to start off this match.
Tommy Campbell threw a 4.23 in that first leg.
4.8 sounds better.
It does. But I just wanted to let you know.
Well, I
No.
appreciate it. I'm gonna say I appreciate it. That's what I appreciate you guys about that.
Hey, you know what was nice to hear is he didn't mind the Tower of Power nickname. He was like, you know what, I kind of like it, man. I kind of like it. Instead of don't ever call me that again.
Speaking of nicknames, did you see the one I gave PJ Stewart?
No, what did you call him?
Stewie.
Stewie?
Yeah, like Stewie Griffin. He has that
Oh
massive
my
head.
goodness
He has the massive
gracious!
noggin, and his last name's Stewart. You tell me that's not perfect.
Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I like it. It's not as good as Joey the Juggernaut Lenaw, but Stewie's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Whatever you think, buddy. Whatever you think. It's Tommy looking for a little bit more padding with some more points. 438 plays 374 as Tommy's looking to go 2-0 up here, folks.
Yeah, still averaging that 5.0 in this leg. He's starting out pretty much on fire, but you know Tommy pretty well. Is this what you expect out of him?
Yeah, I think that last match with Lavelle was a little bit of a fluke, and I think he would tell you that as well. He wanted to give a little bit more, but sometimes things just play out the way they do, and you don't know how they happen, but they do, and then you got to move on to the next match. So I think we'll see a new Tommy after that Lavelle Sterling, and so far we have. This could be exactly what he needs. 4.61 here in that leg.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Brandon Neal saying, you guys get to see me. Brandon Neal, we need to get a bathroom selfie at
Oh
TOC.
my goodness gracious. Alrighty. I guess people will be lining up for that one, I bet you, for with Brandon Neal. A doozy. Nah, looking forward to it. I think we're gonna try to. I know we got some interviews we're gonna do. That's gonna be a fun deal. But maybe we'll have some guest commentators in and out of the booth as well. That would also be a really good thing to do.
Nah.
Nah. Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. Never mind.
Have you heard me speak? Am I going to let anyone speak? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so a lot of people in the chat here. Wisconsin, South Dakota in there. Brian Williamson making a great point. You can't take anything away from Lavelle Sterling. He is one heck of a shot, and he's good. You're absolutely right there. Just happened to fall short tonight, I'm sure, to Mark Rowe, but did a lot of damage to Tommy Campbell, who you can see has a lot of scoring power. So does Gerald Rutledge. See if he can get going. I love the shoes and jersey combination. You see that bad boy?
Yeah, I was about to say them shoes are flashy.
Those are fancy, fancy. Look at that.
Loving it, loving it. How about this? Steve Diker tuning in saying, "Hey boys, hello Steve." Unlucky, man. Unlucky as we kind of chatted a couple times back and forth on Messenger, just kind of about the match and whatnot. But like I told you, he's just one of those guys that he may take it a day, but the next day he speaks how it is. Hey, he played better than me, got the best of me tonight. I'll move on to the next one and compete even better and harder the next go around. So kudos to you, Scuba Steve.
But Steve, damn you! There, I'll give you one.
Love it.
So one of the points that I wanted to ask you guys about pretty early on to this match that everyone in the chat will get to see later on when we play these interviews. Gerald will be the first to tell you he started off the season really strong with his win against Dan Levine, but then fell short against Brian Smith, saying that he did not feel his form. He felt like he was out of whack and he couldn't quite string together what he was expecting. And mainly, he said he couldn't start on the 20s very well. Do you think that's going to play a big factor into tonight's match?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to go to the expert on that one, but that's fine. Yeah, I do. I think that if he has that in the back of his head going into it, you're seeing it here. Tommy is already up 2-0, throwing, just coming out on fire, really. Jerel has a unique release to his dart throw. I don't know if you can tell that. That, if he's dialed in, is going to be great, but right now off just a tad. But long format match, anything can go.
Touche, except I didn't notice the little unique follow through that you mentioned, the release that he has. I didn't even see that. You got a thing for that. You got a knack for that old follow through thing.
Well, there's a reason why our live stream on Tuesday nights had unsound mechanics, or mechanically unsound 2 last night. We do love just looking at mechanics dart throws and kind of analyzing that, and it's the one thing I got. I can't hit the dartboard with a lick, but I have a good throw, and I'm happy to go with that.
How about this? Kevin Schmitz saying, when is the next CSC? I think we're scheduled for February, so get those games in. Be at the top of the rankings what do you got? 500 games, and then you'll be on the list for that CSC. So get involved today. I know he's gonna be getting them games in for sure.
Absolutely. Seth Shade, what is up, sir? How's Bicknell, Indiana? Ray Morgan saying Jerel is struggling at the moment. I would agree with you there. It does not help that Tommy keeps doing this, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's just taking the points by the throat. What are you laughing at there, bud?
The fact that Eric Larson said some people would call that a thermonuclear throw.
I couldn't even help but laugh in the background on that one. I'm just sitting here giggling to the comments. All the people that come in and support us each week, I just want to let you know that I read pretty much every single comment. Sometimes Will and Sean will miss them because they're talking about the darts, but I read all of them. Eric, all right, I see you.
That's good. For those at home, Nick DeShare is speaking up there as he's going to be joining us a little bit more and more throughout this CSC Challenger Series as we work our way to TOC, as he's going to be, being a lot of time on the mic. He's going to be interviewing a lot of people at TOC.
Look at this. If Tommy Campbell does not hit this bull. Oh, he does. Ooh, just by the hair of his chinny chin does he make it a 3-0 scoreline early. But again, long format, bub. Long format.
Exactly. It is a long format. So you're going to have your ups, your downs, your in-betweens as well. But
think about it last Monday, excuse me. We had a 3-1 difference at the very start, and then all of a sudden it flip-flopped the other way around. Or even the more notorious 6-1 difference that we've seen before as well. There's no point where you can call it too early.
Well, boom goes the dynamite there for Gerald Rutledge. There's the first on the evening, waking Sean up.
Jeremiah throwing a good one at you too, buddy.
I can't give that guy too much credit. He's way too good at darts.
Steve, yes, Nick, and the three of us, or I guess I should say, and the two of us will be at TSC, as we'll be putting on the production for that. Sean and Nick doing most of the talking. I'll be kind of tag teaming here and there, but I'll be kind of doing the production for the background work per se.
Look at that, Jeremiah saying not many know of that book, so he is actually giving you some props in the chat there. It's the first time for everything.
Hey, some people read outdated cricket articles. I happen to be one of them.
Terry saying Jerel is a slow starter, which we've seen a little bit of, but we're seeing a 5.33 now. Maybe starting to warm up a little bit here at Thirsties.
Well,
Turn on that disco ball. That's all I'm saying.
Mike Maloney said it best. He said this platform or this format, sorry, allows people to get into the right mentality. If they continue on strong, they're going to be just fine throughout the length. You guys are smiling and laughing, and I'm about to turn you guys off here because you're throwing me off.
What's funny is we're actually not even paying attention to you. We're reading the chat, I think, at the same time.
Can't confirm that one.
Darren Schmitz says, see you boys at TOC. Love to stop and chat. No, completely off limits. Will has a fee for
Paid meet and greet. So there we are selling tickets for it.
They are negative $5. We will pay you $5 for you to get a ticket. So far, we've sold 0. It's weird.
We'll break even at this rate. Gerald in firm control right now, just moving along, keeping a consistent point lead. And I mean, we're talking just under 140 point difference. It's really showing that he wants to get that first leg out of the way, get that first leg on the board and relax from there.
Tommy only a 3 mark there. The 5.33 is really helping out this leg.
Oh, certainly. That's going to help out in a Division 1 leg.
Ideally it would. We're seeing it here though in this one, and you know what? This is the type of Kickstarter leg that really gets someone the momentum kind of moving in their direction.
And that's what it's about. When you're playing a long format, there's going to be peaks and valleys. You cannot maintain a perfect game the entire time unless you're Leonard Gates. And with that going on, like, you have to get those momentum shifts. You have to hit those key darts, those key rounds that really kind of build your confidence.
Speaking of Leonard Gates, he's got a match on Monday against a beast.
A beast that's in the chat right now. Should be a good one. Monday night, folks, 8:30 Central.
Jeremiah, it's not everything that's written out to be, just to be honest with you.
Honestly, I rely on you to do most of the work, Jeremiah. Just know that.
Like the whole thing. Like basically, Will's a backpack, and we just strap it right on and walk around with it. Look at Tommy Campbell starting off. Oh, a big 7 mark. He has been consistently nailing 7s. They've only had 1 9 mark between the two of them, but their 7 mark score line is phenomenal. But speaking of only 1 9 mark, boom goes the dynamite. Gerald Rutledge getting number 2 on the board.
One of the most interesting facts about Tommy Campbell's third most 5 marks, tied for third in 9 marks, is that it shows that he's consistently hitting power scoring rounds. It's not just a lot of 4s and a couple of big explosive turns, but rather a very tight run through the entire time.
Another 7 mark there for Tommy Campbell.
Snaps right back, though.
Gerald's starting to feel it. Can you guys see that?
A little bit more pep in his step. And that's what you have to do. You can't just let a deficit dictate your mentality when you're at the board. When you're at the board, you're the only shooter throwing. You have to know that you're the best shooter at that board at that moment.
Nick Teixeira with some dynamite drop-ins tonight so far.
Nuclear comments coming from the man, the myth, the legend, Young Buck, Nick Teixeira.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, did you see that from Jeremiah?
Yes.
I like it. Let's do it.
And don't tempt us, because I know a lady that will make a jersey out of that.
Put and a little plumber's crack in there.
I know people that will wear that jersey. My dad being the first one.
Oh, and have it like perfectly to where it looks like you're wrapping your arms around the person, and you said just a Stewart on the back, like it's your last name on the jersey.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you, let's do it,
folks. absolute nonsense coming from the mouth of Sean Green right now. I love it nonetheless.
Maybe I like it the way you move on the floor.
All right, I don't like that. You're no. You actually you kind of resemble that American Idol that one time. William Hung. You ever heard of him? Oh,
Well,
okay.
why does everyone keep asking me that?
Jerel looking to steal back the lead here. Does so with big trip 17. How about 2 of them? Nice 7 mark there.
And he is really on fire, averaging a 6.17. Tommy Campbell going first, averaging a 5.0 behind in the leg. That is this Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series this season, buddy.
Man, this is a doozy leg here. 61750 here. Stays on the 17s.
This chat is on fire tonight, I gotta be honest with you.
This chat is pretty good.
I had to stop looking at it. I'm going to be honest. This is getting pretty hard to focus.
Folks,
What's focus? Is focus something that you were supposed to be doing?
Keep it coming in the chat, folks. How about you entertain us this evening?
No, the players are doing a pretty good job. 5.5, 5.13 right now on this dartboard. Round 9. And let's see what Tommy's feeling here. Tried to stay on the 16s, gets a single 7. Gerald, the door is wide open. Point lead. Ooh, tried to open up a new wedge. Goes back to the points on dart 3. Do you like the new wedge? I don't like it.
You don't like that, huh? I don't mind a new wedge here and there. I think the smart move, of course, is to... I'm going to take a shot at that double every once in a while. Don't tip me on that bad boy. But to each their own here.
I normally would love that move. The difference, though, is he already had that mark on the 16. I feel like that momentum is to close in that scenario rather than try to get an extra wedge and a close point difference where a 9 mark would close everything out, potentially.
I think the main thing is he did have 2 darts at it. He went out with the second dart. So, I mean, he could have potentially just went over there and went inside on that double. And if he hit a fat one, he hits another fat one and been just fine. He closed it out already.
The other factor at this level of play is knowing these players, knowing Tommy, knowing Jerel, getting a chance to talk with these guys. Anybody's capable of hitting a 9 mark at any point here. You can never count someone out of a leg. So taking the risk of opening another number rather than shutting down or expanding your point lead is always going to be a huge risk. You're gambling on a miss, and that's something I wouldn't do against these players.
Man, we should have given him a microphone way earlier.
It's going decent. Don't hide. Don't get his hopes up yet. Let him have some fun for a little while, and then we can bash him or pump him up a little bit.
Well, Gerald says, I don't even care about what you guys are doing commentary on. I'm going to do it anyway and get the lead. Up 40 points, needing 3 bowls to make it a 3-2 score line. And I set it up for nothing.
I like this comment from Scott. Will, are you going to try to be in the next CSC bracket? That's what that's what we all want to see here.
That's what we all want to see SC, you know?
Well, sorry, fellas. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm going to have to head up to Sharks in order for that to happen. That's about 2.5 hours away, so...
Well, I'm just saying, quitters never win and winners never quit.
The fans are disappointed.
Unless there's a special guest appearance ability, but I don't think that's going to happen. You got to get them 500 in, so... I'd love to. I think I'd fit in just fine. Whether it's D2 or D1. Oops. What?
Oh, here we go. As Gerald Rutledge does make it a 2-3 score line against Tommy Campbell. Race to 9 here in Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series. These guys are starting to heat up on this dartboard. Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain that is the score line on the score screen. I know it says 4-2. It is lying to your face. It is actually 3-2 scoreline. The diddle counts as part of the legs on the score screen, not in the actual match, though. As Tommy's starting off with a big 7 mark on the 20s.
We've seen him
By the
do
way,
that
that
a
also
few times. He's been starting off really strong, not really having any weak openers here.
Oh, Gerald really thought that he hit all 9 of those bad boys. Star City Amusements at Thirsties. Tommy Campbell playing at Sharks.
Oof.
And boom goes the dynamite Tommy Campbell trying to burn that place to the ground.
Well, don't do that. Ooh. How about a 7-mark answer from Jerel?
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're scum. We suck. Tommy Campbell getting a 4-mark on there. Nick, that is
Wayne's
from the
one.
movie Okay.
Yes, got one.
Okay, he got you, buddy.
I was waiting. Knew you were going to throw it to me. I was ready for this one moment.
Yeah, your mic muted that whole time you said that.
He double-checked for sure. He double-checked.
I still win. That's how that works.
This is shaping up
Speaking
to
of
be
winning,
this
look at
slugfest.
these guys.
Yeah, Tommy goes ahead and takes advantage and closes those 17s early, as he knew that if he left those open the way Gerald was just hitting those 17s, he was in trouble, because he was probably going to come up and hit a 6-marker plus.
You guys are being way too kind to us tonight, I think. It's crazy. Jeremiah saying cricket is all about control. Question is, do you take the shot or force your opponent to hit? Well, if it's control, you're trying to force your opponent into anything, right?
Well, it's all about mathematically eliminating your opponent. That's really what it comes down to. If they don't have enough darts left, then they just simply can't win. So if you're out shooting them and you expand that lead too far, eventually, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you'll finish strong.
Jeremiah, that probably would be my luck, buddy, is it would be you or some big name, and then I'd get followed up by another big name, and I'd probably get one leg on the board, and it'd probably be like a stinker of a leg.
And we would definitely have to make sure that it was on stream week 1 too. Just so we can say we have proof that Will was actually in the CSC Challenger Series. Because you blink and you're going to miss it.
It's a rarity I make playing appearances anymore. Making one this weekend, Blueberry Hill, 50th anniversary of that bad boy. Steel tip event.
There you go. That thing started when you were negative 20 years old, sir.
Touche. Touche. It very well did, buddy. Very much so did. As I'm looking forward to being there, seeing all the pictures on the wall. I know lots of other people are going to be there as well. So come on out if you feel so inclined.
Jerel fighting to stay in the leg here. 98-point difference means a lot of bulls and a little bit of crossing your fingers, and that's not what's happening here. Tommy just needing 3 to shut this one down.
Speaking of this upcoming weekend and plans, this weekend I will be in the Grand Land of Canada.
What you doing over there?
Oh, you know, just watching some darts, seeing some good darts, playing some darts. No, I won't be playing any darts. That's for sure.
Just a CDC.
Yeah, Championship Dart Circuit weekend number 4. For those of you that don't know, I surprisingly do that commentary as well. Will be all weekend long. PDC.TV. Just get your subscription. If you don't have a PDC.TV subscription, do you even like darts?
I mean, at this point, you should, because I honestly think here in the next 5 years, we possibly could get another World Series event here if we see the support we need to. The amount of support in New York was great. I think you see 2 in Australia and 1 in New Zealand. They dedicate that for that down there. Why couldn't they dedicate another one towards us? So help out the
East Coast,
cause.
West Coast?
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast? I think that would be a smart idea.
It would be tough to do the West Coast, but if you did it, I mean, let's be honest, Vegas makes the most sense. So.
Yep.
And then Steve Diker asking, is this a winner side match? This is a 9th through 12th match. We actually already have a king seat holder in this bracket, so we're going through the losers bracket to see who makes it back up to the top.
Yep. Aaron Ham is our king seat holder in this one.
Yes, he is. And Jeremiah, I'm way ahead of you. Last time I was there, I got poutine Newfie style, which was delicious.
All right, whatever that means.
You don't even need to know.
Yep, I don't think so.
Fries
Good
with
shot
gravy.
there from Gerald.
Jerel with a 5.25 going to a 4.33 for Tommy. Tommy really has not let off the gas very much. Gerald's just raised his game.
He really has, especially from those first 3 legs. And somebody mentioned it, or a couple people mentioned it in the chat, that he was just a slow starter, and I believe you did as well. It's just, yeah, one of those things. If you can't come out on fire, you hope to do it within the next, within the first 5 legs at least, because if you don't get one at least in that first 5, it can be detrimental.
Yeah, very few people have started 6-1 down and come back to win.
Yeah, you have to at least put a couple on before you go into the break, I think.
At least to feel comfortable at that break.
I mean,
Gerald's done just that.
How often do we not see a 4-3 going to break? It's very common because these spreads keep getting tighter and tighter. There's not really too many blowouts anymore. It's either both players performing or both players having it off. Very rarely do you see it where one's on and one's not.
Well, especially in the CSC Challenger Series Division 2, bud. The highest average is a 4.5. The lowest is a 3.76. I mean, that's less than a whole point difference between the top and the bottom. And I'd say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 22 players are 4.0 and above. 4.0 to a 4.5 in Division 2. That's nuts.
Yeah, it is insanity when you're talking that many players within the same margin of each other. And I mean, most of our players are within tenths of each other.
Yep. You see a little fire there out of Gerald Rutledge.
Oh yeah, he's been slowly giving a little fist pump here and there, and withstanding when he almost hits a 9 and it ends up being a 6 or 7. You can definitely see he's on edge there, and wants to win as he puts in one right there to make it 4-3.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4-3 heading to our break, bud. Man, you blink, guys, and you might have missed that opening set. 30 minutes of actual play? That's quick.
Oh yeah, they're turning and burning, as I say, and we're gonna see it continue. Hang on to your seats, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this match after a couple interviews. William Stewart alongside me is Sean Green and Nick Teixeira. We'll see you in a moment.
Don't go anywhere, guys.
My name is Tommy Campbell. I am shooting out of Sharks Restaurant and Billards, and I play for B&G Amusement.
Well, Tommy Campbell, it's a pleasure to have you back on the CSC Challenger Series Division 2 matchup again. Now we have you with a great match tonight against Gerald Rutledge. How have you been since last time we talked?
Oh, been good. It's been a good couple of weeks. I'm still in the CSC, so it has been good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Still fighting along in a very tough bracket. Last time we saw you, you were playing Lavelle Sterling in a pretty tough match. Can you tell us about your thoughts that were running through while you were playing?
Not much while I was playing. I just needed to do better at the time. I mean, after the match, I got a chance to think about it, and Lavelle, he's family to me, and we practiced a lot and we play together a lot, and him beating me any given day, it could have been me.
You're still going, and now you're at the point of the bracket where we're at the 9th through 12th place here, and each win does add a little bit of extra money into your pocket here. Do you think that would affect your mentality at all, or is it something that's going to be in the back of your minds?
I don't think so. I don't play darts for money. I mean, I like to win. I like to win money, but I don't play darts for money. If I was playing darts for money, I'd probably be living on the streets. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think my thought process is going to be more about throwing my darts and hitting those triples and those 5 marks, everything in between, so I can win the match.
Well, and speaking of those 5 marks, right, your 3rd highest average, third most 5 marks, and tied for third for most 9 marks. Do you have any secrets to your consistency?
I like threes. I don't know. I try to shoot the same way, but sometimes your energy or your motivation at the time, or how well you're doing or how well you're not doing, does affect all that. So no one's perfect. No one's going to play the exact same game every time. So I just try to do my best every time.
Well, do your best tonight. You will, with you a tough opponent ahead here. Is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
As always, thanks for the support from my friends. Kind of funny to hear fans, but if I got some out there, thank you all for your support too. Want to thank my number one fan, I guess my wife, for all the support and her allowing me to come out here and do all this great stuff. So kudos to her.
Well, we're excited to see you on the stream once again, Tommy Campbell. You've done great before in a tough match last time, and you got a tough match tonight, but we know you're capable of success, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck on the Aki this evening.
I appreciate it, Nick, and I'm looking to hear Will and Sean talk about me tomorrow when I get to rewatch it. But for right now, this is Tommy Campbell, and you're watching the CSC Challenge.
My name is Gerald Rutledge. I play out of Thirsties in Tomball, Texas, and I play for Star City Amusement.
Well, Gerald Rutledge, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the CSC Challenger Series Division 2 with your matchup tonight against Tommy Campbell. How are you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling great. Feeling ready to go. I'm loose. I've got my focus tonight. I know what I got to do. Tommy's a great shot, so it's going to be an interesting match.
Well, let's look at some of your interesting matches you've already had. First round, you had Dan Levine, a previous winner of the CSC. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened in that match?
Yeah, he was a tough opponent. I mean, he kept coming. I started out slow. I picked it up after a while, and I just made sure that I prevailed, and I got him 9-6.
Well, prevail you did, my friend. Afterwards, you went on to beat out Mark Rowe, and then had a tough match against Brian Smith. What happened in that match?
Yeah, I think over the last week or so, I've really lost a lot of focus, and I had a really bad week, and I couldn't find my 20s whatsoever, and I was battling from behind that entire match. I would catch up on Bulls, but by that time it was a little too late, and he got me pretty well.
Well, you're still in it. That's why we have a double elimination tournament, because there's a lot of great shots, and we are knowing that anybody can win on any given day. We're looking at a bracket like this. I mean, if we're talking average difference, it's a 0.1 MPR difference between you and Tommy. What's your game plan tonight going into this match?
My game plan tonight is to just do what I always do. Go in there, throw my darts, make sure that I'm hitting what I need to hit, and play the game that I always play.
And right now you're at the point in the bracket where each win adds more money to your pocket. Do you think that adds a little bit of pressure to this?
Not at all. I'm not even worried about the money. I'm not looking at the money. I'm not looking at how much I win or any of that. I'm just here to play my darts and prove to the world that I can do what I'm doing.
Well, we're excited to see that with a statement as powerful as proven to the world, as we are going to be live tonight with your match. But let's do say you get it to the very end here and you do take home the prize money. What do you plan on spending it on?
Probably take my wife and kids on vacation. I think they deserve it. They have been there for me every step of the way in my dark career. So.
And then, is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along this evening?
I really appreciate all my friends and family. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be as good as I am. I mean, they push me big time all the time.
Well, I know for a fact that we appreciate you coming on to have a great match this evening. It's going to be Gerald Rutledge against Tommy Campbell taking place live on the Aki here. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match this evening.
I am Gerald Rutledge, and you are watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Well, we've been in turbo mode so far. Does it continue for the duration of this match? We shall find out. Tommy Campbell 4, Gerald Rutledge 3, as Nick's going to edit our scoreboard there to 3 real quick. Womp, 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 womp.
Hey, I have my moments. I'm not infallible. I'm not a legendary like Will Stewart here, so.
Oh, don't you worry, buddy. I always mess it up too. At least give me give me some slack as well. Every once in a while, I do the same thing. So yeah, it's expected. It's gonna happen. But Sean will be back in just one moment here. He had to take care of the kiddo as he woke somebody up. We'll just say that. How about that? Big Trip 20 opener from Tommy. How about another? Come on, buddy. Give us one. Oh,
Another
he
7-mark opener, though. I mean, Tommy's been starting really strong on those 20s. He has not been afraid to really open wide. And then again, we're seeing responses back and forth, left and right. I mean, if we're talking legendary, it's not about you and me right now. It's about Tommy and Jerel.
Well, when you look down on the 20, it's got to be a little easy, you know.
Well, the extra wingspan can't hurt, but the crazy thing about darts, and question I get a lot from new people when they're first starting to pick up the game is like, does height matter? Does does arm span matter? Does any of that matter? But you can see there's so many different heights, weights, body types, and everything else with dart players. It really comes down to just technique and practice.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. Is just, and you know, when you do it enough, it comes about when you have your moments and when you don't. I mean, yes, you can be a really good dart player, but every dart player has their moments where they're gonna, fault. So every once in a while, somebody will catch up. But exactly that. Tommy, though, let's see if he makes the move towards the 17s pretty quickly here. Just 1-2. Yep, goes ahead and closes. I figured he would, as he's up by 127.
And really just textbook first dart in the triple, expand that lead, then going to shut down after. And that's what you need to be doing when you're in control. You just stay in that driver's seat and keep pushing forward. And Jerel, of course, responding by trying to get his own playground, but that lead difference is huge. And again, textbook first start at the 20 before going for the close.
And the single mark's okay. I mean, he's kind of pushed himself to where he's gonna have a comfortable, even if he comes back with a 7 mark, it's gonna be okay. Tommy's gonna have at least a couple darts to do what he wants and then take a stab at this out. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right at it here, but he's gonna go ahead and just take the 2. Does it with a double. Love it. I've always been a fan.
And 2 at the point 1 close. Again, he's playing nice, conservative, not really taking any huge risks, but rather doing what he needs to get done to stay in control of a leg.
Gerald steps on over. Step on over to the other side.
Some beautiful singing.
Yeah, Sean loved it.
What's up, guys? What did I miss?
Oh, we talked some smack on you.
No, I was hearing you guys the whole time. You guys were very pleasant. No, so I like safety a lot in my household, and we had a smoke detector that was beeping with the battery changed. And I'm just joking. Literally what happened was it was in the room that my daughter was sleeping in. So it was an immediate need to change that thing before she woke up.
Will was correct in assuming that the daughter was part of the issue in that one. So I was like, he's going to go do something and we'll be right back.
Yep, as soon as I found out that it was my daughter's bedroom, I was like, all right, I'll be right there.
And honey, we're doing this now.
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go, Tommy, just needing the single bull here to wrap this one up. Does so, 4.80, folks.
Yeah, that's a great one out the gate. Makes it 5-3 on the scoreline. Race to 9, all cricket format. Loser start here, so Gerald will go first. Tommy's done a great job of keeping his opponent at an arm's length away. Exactly. Keeping him
And when you're Tommy, with Tommy's height, you just like put that hand on that head and just keep your distance, old school style. Oh man, yeah, he's doing exactly that here. He's starting off well, finding 7 marks right off the gate here. Let's see if he can find another. No, a rare 4 mark. Just finds the trip 7 there.
We'll see. Gerald said that he's been struggling on his 20s, but right now you couldn't convince me otherwise, as that was a beautiful 7 mark.
Yeah, very well done. His rhythm to his throw when he's on is just so pretty to watch.
I bet you say that to every dart player you talk to, Sean.
Not everyone I talk about. Brandon goes thermonuclear parenting. That is exactly right.
A little celebration there from Jerel as he hits a 6 mark going for that white horse.
Yeah, 6.0 in this leg. Well done so far. But Tommy Campbell destroying those 18s and gets back that point lead. A little back and forth action going on, bub. This is a little bit thermonuclear darts, correct?
Absolutely. Leave your opponent wherever they're at. You just leave them. You're not worried about the number they're hitting on as much as you are getting more numbers and eliminating how many darts that they have in hand. Of course, Tommy answering right back in there.
Boom goes the dynamite. Tommy Campbell, white horse at a big moment. However, Gerald was smart because he still has 15s to point on. And a big 6.
Takes the stab at the 16s when he needs to, gains the lead, and closes them out.
24-point difference, meaning that single 15 here is impactful if you don't hit the bull on the first start.
There it is. I'm surprised he threw the second one at it, but it ends up with a lot more points that way. 99 points. So adds a lot of bowls. Knowing that those 15s are going to go away.
Now it's just a simple race to who can close it out first. 3 needed here for Gerald. Good marker there.
Gerald's still in the driver's seat, though. Tommy can win it with 3 in the black. Oh, can't do it now. Eric Larson asking, Will, how did these guys qualify to throw in this?
Hey, you can head over to dartstoc.com and find out.
Stop asking so many questions. As Gerald throws a 5.05.
That was a
Makes it a
thermonuclear response.
5-4 score line here. Tommy Campbell, though, will go first again. Has only been broken 1 time. Has done a great job of keeping Gerald at an arm's length away. Can he continue to do so?
Well, he's been starting off with 7 marks every single time. Unfortunately, as soon as I put the words to paper here, this is his first time where he hasn't hit at least 4 or 5 marks. And now it's up to Gerald to capitalize, and all of a sudden it's like he's going first in leg if he is able to get the close here.
And he does so with a 6 mark. Hey, Nick, do you want to know how to become eligible to play in major PPD events like the CSC Challenger Series?
Oh boy, do I.
Well, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are starting daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. They are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact them on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing 1 league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today. And my goodness, tonight, A2ZDarts.com is doing a live stream giveaway for us, giving away a $15 gift certificate to the website. It can be used on any product seen on the website and combined with any special. Use it towards a $45 purchase to qualify for free shipping in the continental U.S. Will, how do they get into tonight's live stream giveaway?
You just gotta like and comment, baby. That's all you gotta do. Just give us a like and a comment. Simple as that. You'll be entered into our next giveaway. And hey, buddy, that backpack's heavy, isn't it?
What is that laugh tonight? It's so joyful. It's
uh,
not a fake one tonight. It's great.
it's not a fake one. It's a good one. As I
Well,
couldn't help myself.
speaking of good ones here, Gerald Rutledge on the brink of taking this to a 5-5 tie if he can pull this one off. Tommy, a little bit of an off leg at the wrong time here. But that'll help. Gets the point lead.
See if Jerel has an answer here. If he goes right at it, no, he'll stay right there.
Yeah, Heather, I actually have a contract with the players that they cannot throw a 9 mark while I'm reading. That's unfair.
Tommy, excellent work there, hitting 4 bowls, getting that point lead back, and again, forcing a mistake out of Gerald, but Gerald's going to do anything in his power to maintain that point lead, maintain control, but it's starting to get a little dicey here, as now there's an outshot available for Tommy Campbell.
Yeah, Tommy with winning darts in his hand.
Oh,
Oh, no. Oh, we misses the trap. But my goodness, we all got a little excited there when double bowl first dart.
Gerald needs a triple to get ahead.
There is the triple to get ahead. Now he's going to stay right there for all 3, though. Big 7 mark. This is getting scrappy down at the end. I love it.
haymakers are being thrown here, folks.
That's the first missed bullseye we've seen from Tommy Campbell in the last 9 darts, and he misses another one.
Joe here starting right at the bull, knowing he has a pretty decent advantage.
Then he gets it on dart 3. Big darts by both players, but Gerald Rutledge now ties this bad boy up. The Texan is coming out fighting here in the second half of this match. Tommy Campbell from your neck of the woods will gonna have to get something going to stay in control.
Yeah, remember, folks, these guys are fighting it out for their opportunity to stay in this CSC Challenger Series. As unfortunately, the loser of this one will finish in that 9th through 12th position. Winner will advance to play Randy White, our number 1 in MPR with a 4.50.
Yeah, and crazy. He's number 1, and these guys are 0.04 and 0.12 away from that average.
It just shows the level of competition here. It's crazy to think, watching these guys throw, that one of them's going home. I mean, this is winning darts from both these players. We're seeing moments of brilliance and some very good dedication.
Yeah, it goes to show you how tough the CSC Challenger Series Division 2 is this year, buddy. This is the 3rd average versus the 5th average in a loser side match, and whoever wins this gets the opportunity to play the number 1 average on the loser side.
A little tidbit from our Division 1. Jordan Meyer getting beat by Kenny Doyle this evening to advance in the losers bracket.
So Kenny, a.k.a. Florida Santa, staying in this bad boy, wanting revenge. And the Laughing Assassin is eliminated. Great run last season, and he's going to be biting at the bit to get back in February.
Jordan Meyer and Kane Doyle are those players that have been in every single season as well, so they keep getting more and more experience as we keep seeing new faces. You have the ability versus experience arguments starting to pop up a little bit here in some of these matches.
I was going to say, is if you're Kenny Doyle, can you get any more experience at this point?
Well, when you're born in 1845.
Whoa, I didn't go that far, my dude. I went like, at least he's got 30 years experience playing.
Guys, be nice. I sometimes play League with him, all right? He's going to take it out on me, depending on what you guys say.
Somebody clip that and send it to Kenny quick.
It's Nick's fault. Nick's the one who told me that's when he was born. His beard does remind you of an old timey like sheriff, right?
Oh my goodness. No
Well,
clue.
Tommy's here to remind us that he is not going down without a fight, as he's in well control of this leg, trying to regain that lead in the match.
110% Nick Teixeira.
Fantastic.
For sure.
And look at that 7 mark from Jerel. Keeping himself in this, but Tommy pretty well in control of taking this to a 6-5 score line. Gonna go to the Bulls automatically.
Chris
Sessions. Yep, go ahead, bud.
I was going to say Chris Sessions saying in the chat, who plays Monday? Gates and, of course, Jeremiah Millar, the Beast.
Yeah, that's going to be a beastly affair between those two guys. The winning average throws above a 6, right?
It's going to be tight.
You'd think so. I think both these guys are preparing for this match. Both are going to bring it. Definitely one of those ones you do not want to miss, folks. I've been saying set the notification now. Put it on your phone. 8:30 Monday night. That's a Central Time. 9:30 Eastern. I'll even say it for you people out there in Vegas and California. Throwing some bets on it if it's available. It's gonna be 6:30 your time.
I like it when you start doing the Ian Rappaport voice.
You like that?
Yeah. Throw some bets on it. Get involved. Go to dartstoc.com. Tommy Campbell with 419s.
Oh,
You can't even say anything because it's actually good.
It's so true. It is so true, man.
Mega.com. Letting y'all know about some stuff in the chat.
Nick quickly got it because I was about to get it.
Oh, Mega.com, more like Mega, no thank you. Darts TOC and A-Z Darts is the only websites I need to be going to.
You said need, not want.
Don't forget the abcmouse.com account, okay?
Yeah. Hey, Nick, I was told that you started a fantasy football team. Is that true?
That is true. I decided to join a league. My goal this season is to win without watching a single game of football.
I have a feeling that you're never going to sub out players during bye weeks. You're never going to sub out injuries, and you're going to get last place easily.
This is not my first time playing fantasy football. It's my first time in a couple years playing fantasy football. So with my $20 riding hard on this line, because I don't get to compete for thousands of dollars like some players like we're watching tonight, I'll be making sure to pay attention just for the pure bragging rights.
John, I'm going to have to agree with you. He's going to be one of those guys that everybody picks on in his fantasy league.
Yeah, he's the one that everyone loves to have in the league because, you know, they're going to do some cute things like like not keep the right person. And
Have you drafted yet, Nick?
Yes, I did.
Who was your first pick in the draft?
Patrick Mahomes. I'm just kidding. That is not true. My first pick, I would have to look up his name because I already forgot.
It was Austin Eckler.
Oh, thank you.
And
Sean remembers from my conversation about it.
well, it's because you said Keenan Allen first. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
Unless you really like the look of him, there's no way that you drafted him first overall. Love you if that's the truth, because that might be even better than drafting like Tampa Bay's defense first overall.
No, I was calling my dad for most of the picks on this one, so there wasn't anything too wild here. Pretty standard, just normal snake draft. So I was just following the textbook, reading the player sheets, and trying to go through a couple bios every now and again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And my goodness, look at this.
6'6", buddy. 6'6".
6 score line. Both players throwing fire darts. Tommy, though, a little bit off to start off this leg. Is this the opportunity Gerald's going to get to take the first lead in the match?
Oh.
Well, he's certainly trying. I mean, after being a 3-0 down start to climb back in the way he is doing, it shows that there's a little bit of momentum shifting going on as that gap has been closing. And he's been able to break the throw more than once now against Tommy Campbell, which is not an easy feat to do.
That 17 is it just looks like a saving grace for Gerald. He's always going to that number as like his second threat per se. As he goes to it once again here.
And hammers it. Gets 4 of them.
You see,
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just gonna say, just off the first round alone, I mean, he said, I'm gonna try to at least pop it open with a triple, and just got a single. It was just kind of awkward that he went at that quick. But
the other player that we have seen pop the 17 a little bit more than average, especially early on, is going to be Kenny Doyle. That's one of his go-tos. 17 is a very much a comfortable number for some of these players that prefer the bottom of the board.
It's like Willie Walker in his 18s. Same story.
It's almost like a superstition, right? They should all be equal to hit, but everyone has a favorite. Everyone has something they feel more comfortable on some days than others.
And how about 80 points there from Tommy Campbell to regain the point lead, but just barely now. And Jerel doing the thermonuclear darts again.
So the only difference there when you're talking like the thermonuclear strategy is that you would never throw that last dart at the 20. You would throw it at the 16 or the 15. You'd keep going wider and wider, trying to separate that distance. But in a soft tip format, it's very hard for that to be effective if your opponent can string together a couple good rounds in a row.
Man, if you put that much effort into your fantasy football team, you'd win hands down.
It's a good thing I'm a professional fantasy football commentator.
Oh my gosh, that's the new gig. Oh my gosh, that might be the new job, guys.
I beg to differ. I go electric football.
No, think about it. You give real live updates like as they happen of fantasy football players. That could be an interesting one. Long day, but an interesting thing.
Well, starting Tuesday nights on the Siege.
Yeah, the score is 6-6. Tommy and Jerel. It's about to be 7-6. The question is going to be who's going to have the 7. Jerel asking a lot of questions, hoping that it's going to be him. And what a big close on the 20s. I don't know if it's going to pay off for him, but it's a bold move.
Only needing a 5 mark to shut down here. It's a very risky play.
And it's going to pay off no matter what Tommy does.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
That's one of those turns that kind of throws you off your rhythm. One of those things that you're like, if I just hit a 5 mark there, I'd be doing a lot better. And hopefully he doesn't harp on too much. Gerald here does let Tommy get another shot at it, though.
Cuba, I loved watching the league. I hated Rafi, but I loved watching the league.
I loved every minute of it. Love Taco, Rafi, everyone. My wife even loves it.
Good stuff. Look at this from Gerald Rutledge. A big 7 mark. Again, 4.20. And Tommy Campbell sitting at 4.20. Or 4.20, I guess. Would be the right way to say that. He's going to have to go Bulls.
Gerald feeling real comfortable going into this bowl. Knowing that he has 4 numbers, no, there's not a singular turn that he could lose on. Therefore, he can kind of keep focusing on closing out this leg and shortening the length of it.
You know, this is I just want to mention it. Sadly, this is kind of the same point where Tommy kind of hit that wall against Lavelle. So see if he can kind of regain ground here, or at least capture a couple numbers, get him back into things, whether it be this leg or the next one.
And 2 bulls there from Gerald, but Tommy going to have an opportunity here to not just get the point lead, but kind of run on points a little bit. He might have a chance at some winning darts next time up.
He needs to get a little bit more, though.
Right on the bull. Yep, there you go. That might do it. He might have some winning darts when he comes back.
71 points is the difference here.
He might not, as it's over.
Woo!
Gerald says, no, thank you, sir, and takes a 7-6 lead. That is a huge moment to throw those darts, bud.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And like I was mentioning, let's see if Tommy can kind of regain some ground here. Those was a good couple darts to lead him into this leg. Let's see if he can take advantage and hit one of those nice 7 marks he has in previous legs to start off this one.
Gerald Rutledge gets the first lead of the match. This is almost so indicative of the Monday night match when it was 3-1 scoreline. Came back to 4-3 the opposite way. But Jerel picking now as his time to get the first lead.
What a time to do it. You're talking just 2 legs away from him taking it home. Tommy at 3 legs. There's a good chance we might be seeing some last leg decider tonight.
Oh, he said it. We have yet to see one. I'm probably wrong on that, by the way.
Yeah, I would say I
This
think we've
season?
seen one, buddy. I think we've
This
seen
season?
one. Yeah, I think we've seen one.
Well, last season we had a bunch of them.
Yeah, we did.
And one of the great pleasures of our job is we get to commentate over great darts all the time, and sometimes they blur together a little bit, but that's just because we love them all.
It is week 5, which means this is the 10th match we've done just this season.
Yeah, it all tends to blur into one match once you get to this point. So kind of remembering where we've been in previous ones, unless we literally had it listed like we should do. But you live and you learn. Maybe next season we'll get that one done.
Jacob Wordley in chat saying, just the way it goes sometimes. It's been a super busy day, but had to make some time for the CSC. Well, buddy, it's always a pleasure to have you along chatting with us since the very beginning of this all.
Yeah, he was on Twitch. One of the few that was on Twitch to start this bad boy off. Then moved over to Facebook because we do some live stream giveaways brought to you by A2ZDarts.com. And tonight's live stream giveaway is a $15 gift certificate to A2Z.com's website. It is good for any purchase or any offer on the website. If you spend $45 or more, free shipping. Just leave a comment in our chat, hit that like button. You're automatically entered in for your chance to win CSC Challenger Series Race to 9, 7-6. Gerald Rutledge from Texas, Spring, Texas, playing out of Thirsties, taking on Tommy Campbell from Missouri, playing in Shawnee, Kansas, though.
Straight
That's
cash, homie. Got you. I was missing it. I was missing the straight cash, homie there.
Appreciate you. I will.
Fellas.
Dynamite drop in there, Will.
You're welcome. That was
Those-
dynamite, wasn't it? Almost as boomy as yours.
Man, I'm gonna need a new backpack. You're right.
You might at this point. You need to strap on. You need like a front strap. You need one of those camping backpacks. One of those hiker ones.
I'm just gonna start calling you BP. What's up, BP?
Sounds good, buddy.
That was a
Sounds
very
good to
interesting
me.
close there from Jerel. I mean, he is down far, and he actually will
It might
get an
pay off.
opportunity to point. Yeah, that was a huge risk, and he's happened to get a shot here. Let's see how it pans out for him. Needing to at least open it up and close as much points gap as he can.
It did not pay off.
Let's make it a pretty close match. I mean, a 72-point difference. So starting up there, you see that Tommy went straight for the points and misses the single there.
Ooh.
Now Jerel, opportunity in hand.
Oh, that's a tough first dart, too. What a brutal first dart. A wire away from just being able to really take control. Now Tommy, though, chance to make this 7-7. Looking much better and better.
Amy Hansen says, "Hi, Will from Illinois, not Indiana." Laugh out loud as I definitely said Indiana this weekend. As I said, I knew it was an I just didn't know which one, and I went for the guess. I was wrong.
I love Tammy. Tammy, a fantastic player.
Tommy
And
needs
she's
3 balls.
She's close. She's on the border. All right.
5 bulls here needed for Jerel
Oh,
to steal this
boy.
one away.
And what a huge moment this
Possibly.
would be to make it 8-6. Can't do it now. So Tommy Campbell, 7-7, boys. Let's go.
all night
Tie us
long.
up, buddy. Tie us up. 3.71 there for Tommy, as it is tied up, folks.
This is a heavyweight bout, and they are throwing punches left and right, brother.
Best
They're
of
going-
3 here.
I'll say it. They're going the distance. They're going for speed. They're not alone.
In a time of need. Here we go.
And just a 3 to open up from Jerel. I love the little delay on the dartboard because it looked like he looked away from the dart. Like he had already hit a single and he knew it before the dart landed in the dartboard. And
Well,
I'm not
that-
actually trying to call out the little delay. I'm literally just saying it looked really cool.
Oh yeah, it's very fascinating. I mean, the thing is, and for people that are watching that maybe are here for the first time, this is across the country. We're watching a bar out of Texas, and we also have you guys over in Kansas and in Indiana, myself in Florida. This is a cross-country broadcast.
Yes. Takes a lot of internet and a lot of speeds to do it. That's why, Nick has to wrangle in his roommates every once in a while. It's like, listen here, guys. Listen here. I got a job to do.
And his roommates go, so? The only reason I'm using the internet is to watch the live stream.
Eric asking, how long has the CSC Challenge been happening? This is our 3rd session. And what we've been going on just almost a couple months now. Well,
We're about
5
a year
weeks.
in.
5 weeks.
Oh, 5 weeks for this season. A year in since when we all took it over.
Hey, look who's in the chat. Mr. Kenny Doyle himself. Did you hear what Nick said about you earlier?
Well, did you hear about this, folks? Don't forget, it's brand month over at A to Z Darts. They are featuring Shot all September long, and you can take advantage of all Eagle Claw shafts, foldable flights, and Shot L-Style collab flights designs being on sale until September 15th. Then be sure to check back September 16th through the 30th to get select Shot player darts discounted featuring the Kyle Anderson darts range and more. Just click the sale banner found on the homepage at a-zdarts.com. And you guys are just giggle festing like a couple schoolgirls in the background. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about there. Tommy Campbell, a miss on dart 3. And Gerald Rutledge closes out those 19s. Big moments happening now. They're getting a little bit scrappier, bud. In the 3s here, both of them. There were a couple legs early on. They were in the 5s. Do you think fatigue setting in just a touch as a miss there from Tommy on the 17s?
I really don't think fatigue is the right word here. One of the things that happens when you have these long form matches is when you start getting only a couple legs away from the finish line, that's when people start getting tight. That's when people start almost getting a little bit more tense, overthinking, a little bit over analytical. It's not that they're tired. These players can play in tournament halls all day.
Oh, we're having a standoff there. I knew what you were doing. We were doing that MLB like standoff thing. Just stand there and wait. I knew. And unfortunately, I fell for it and lost. So,
Well,
that's how it goes.
anywho, Gerald Rutledge about to take an 8-7 lead here in a race to 9. Just needs 3 bowls. 2 more of those will do. Un más por favor, and there it is. 3.8 to win that leg. 8-7 scoreline. Gerald Rutledge. Tommy Campbell sitting at 7 needs to win the last 2 legs. But if Tommy does win this one, it will be a diddle to see who starts the last leg decider. Tommy might not have to break the throw at any point.
You definitely, looking at our averages, we're definitely starting to see that kind of fatigue moment start to hit in. Our averages definitely went from the high 4s into where they're lower 4s now. But That's where we get this averages of 4.36 and a 4.45, respectively, from both these individuals going into this match.
Yeah, absolutely. But look at that, brother. Tommy Campbell only starting off 1 mark. Gerald Rutledge, 6 of those bad boys, and now only a 3 from Tommy. This is not the start that he needed with the throw. Effectively already turning over the throw to Jerel.
Key consistency from a player that needs to hit strong in a very impactful moment of this match.
And that's just what Gerald does. He says, all right, 1, 2, 3. That's all I need. I'm going to do that and move on to the next number. Hey, I love that move from Tommy right there. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But instead of going at the 18s, he says, I know Gerald's hot on the 17s, prefers that number. I'm going to take my chances now.
Oh, Gerald, though, still closes out the 18s and points them. But Tommy now free reign on the 17. See what he can do.
Oh, no.
It looks like he blocked himself. He had to move over to the side there. Does get a triple, get the point lead there, but that's not the turn you're envisioning when you're stepping up to that Aki.
Well, guys, Gerald saying, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Gets a nice 6 mark. Billy Joel heading towards the finish line.
Another triple. 7 mark there for Tommy. Trying to do everything he can.
We have said this a few times, but I do not need the whole chair right now. I'm on the edge of my seat, have been leaning forward for pretty much this entire match, bud. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's a good match. We've seen a couple of them so far in the CSC that have really kind of brought everything you've wanted to the table. And that's what these guys are doing now. They're really playing their hearts out to see who will advance.
And they're really dancing in the ring here. One moment someone's in ahead, the other moment it switches back and forth, momentum switches. It's what makes this stuff so fun to watch.
And only a 2 mark follow for Tommy. They're both starting to press here. You can see how much this matters, bud.
Yeah, that was Tommy's time to take advantage too, I feel.
Oh, he goes off the board.
Another look here for Tommy. He's got to do it here. He's got to take advantage in some way.
That's going to help.
2 of those would be nice.
Only gets a 4 mark, but that's better than we've seen so far. And this is, again, forcing Jerel on a number that he does not like as much as 17s, but he's just going to go ahead and get a little bit wider on his numbers.
He's really putting Tommy against the wall here, opening up those other numbers, and especially with him being so good on the 17s, I think he's going to take a look pretty quickly at this 17 and hope Tommy can take a stab. But he's got to get some points here, I think, first. Yeah, and that's not going to do. So this is kind of for Tommy's game here. He's got to do it here. He's got to hit a nice 7 mark.
My, how the turntables.
Tables are turning. That's a huge 8 mark, an impactful moment. What a way to stay alive.
Yeah, that was huge.
Told you the 7 mark was crucial there, and he gets one better. A nice 8, and he's going to walk on through this door. 8-8. Come on, folks.
Not done yet.
There
Needs
goes
to get those 15s.
Boom, baby. Gets it done. 6 mark, and he now has flipped it back on its head. Jerel frustrating darts that he's throwing right here. It must be nice to throw a nonchalant hat trick.
And well, that's what I was about to say, frustrating darts, but he's got to maintain here and just level out and prepare for this next one. He can't get complacent and throw those mediocre ones.
Guys, we're going the distance.
We're going for speed. Come on, folks.
Let's go, guys. Hit that share button. Let everyone know where we are live here on Partners Promoting Darts Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as USA Darts Facebook and YouTube pages. I am Sean Green, joined by BP himself, Will Stewart, and young buck Nick Teixeira in the background.
How about this too, buddy? It's 5 minutes before 10 o'clock Central Time, and we're in a last leg decider. These guys have burned their way through this match.
Daryl will
And
go first. Sorry.
no, I was just about to say, and Jared will go first, but you beat me to it, buddy. Here we go, folks. Who do you got? Let's hear it in the chat. Let us know. Is it Gerald or is it Tommy coming out on top in this bad boy?
Look at that. Corn Island, Nicaragua.
Oh, hello.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else there once you started that. And Gerald starting off with a big 5 mark. Guys, one last time, just to let you know, A to Z Darts is giving away a $15 gift certificate to their website tonight in a live stream giveaway. It can be used on any product seen on the website and combined with any special. Use it towards a $45 purchase to qualify for free shipping in the continental U.S. Leave a comment in our chat. Who do you have in this last leg decider? Hit that like button for us, and you are automatically entered in for your chance to win that $15 gift certificate.
You know,
Look at
Sean,
this.
I was about to say, I just really wanted to say this. I was curious how Jared was going to come out in this one because he kind of lost that last leg for himself. Let's be honest. He went and opened up some other numbers instead of closing. We saw Ram mention that in the comment section here as well. And
he played with
I
it
was
there
curious.
too.
Yeah, did he come out hot or does he come out cold? Because that could very well play on your mind thinking this could have been over.
This has been a heck of a match and a good reminder of how good Division II can be in the CSC Challenger Series. On Monday, don't forget to tune in with us. 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Jeremiah Millar, the Beast, taking on Soldier Leonard Gates in Division I of the CSC Challenger Series.
We got lots of Tommies in the chat.
Tommy a little bit behind in this one, though.
And yes, Gerald was 3-0 down to start off this match, folks. So if he can do this, that'd be a little comeback special for you folks.
Oh, heck yeah.
Leonard Skinnard said.
Sweet Home Alabama?
No. Mr. Saturday Night Special is actually what it is, but we'll just say Wednesday Night Special.
Well, look at that from Gerald Rutledge. Big 5 mark at the right time. 9-point lead as they head to the Bulls. Does Tommy? Yep, Tommy tried to close. And makes a mess of it. So Gerald Rutledge, 3 darts away from winning this 9-8 and moving on to take on Wes White. Oh, not there quite yet, but Tommy needs a lot of bulls.
It's double here.
Doesn't get it, so Tommy Campbell came out on fire. Gerald Rutledge held on and now wins the match. 9-8 score line. It's the shoe power, buddy. The blue shoes got it done. And the Texan moves on from Star City Amusements and Thirsties. Big win for Joe Rutledge.
Yes, big win indeed, especially after being 3-0 down to come back like that. He's going to breathe a sigh of relief as he will advance on to play Randy White next week in the 7th, 8th place match. Winner of that one will play Tyler Holmes and play in the 4th place match after that. So who should it be? We'll find out as we continue on through this bracket. But man, what an evening of action this evening. As it was quick, but man, it was entertaining.
Yeah, buddy, those last few legs, if you weren't on the edge of your seat, I don't know what to tell you. Even those little scrappy legs where they're in the threes, and then all of a sudden Tommy pops in a couple back-to-back 8 marks to win that 16th leg, and you thought all the momentum with him. Gerald, though, again, just holds on, gets the victory, 9-8. That was all you could ask for in a match, bud.
It certainly was, and we appreciate you hanging out with us and enjoying that one. It was great. It was great, especially we've seen it in Division 1, Division 2. It doesn't really matter. There have been appetizing matches along the way. We've had these close averages, and that's what the cause is for this one. That's why we're getting these great matches here on the stream. Entertainment for you folks. That's what you all tune in for, and that's what we're going to give you.
Absolutely. Another brilliant night down. Week 5 in the books. Fold it up and take that shot, buddy. We're going to week 6 next week and starting off with Division 1 and oh my. Who's going to take on Rick Hensey in the King Seat match? It's either going to be Jeremiah Millar, the Beast, or Soldier Leonard Gates, defending champion of the CSC Challenger Series Division 1, bud. That's going to be a doozy.
Certainly will. Hopefully that'll go the distance as well. We can only hope. But it's going to be a tough one, I think, for both these guys. Who knows how they're going to come out? I know they've been playing each other in the past, including last year in the Booyah Cup that I had the pleasure of streaming. We'll see how this one goes, but I know Jeremiah's certainly want to best Gates, but you can bet you that Gates is wanting to just go ahead and secure another CSC Challenger Series title and $4,500 because he doesn't love money.
You're telling me, buddy. Well, next time people are going to be seeing you is at the Blueberry if they go.
I guess so. I guess I'm going to be headed to St. Louis for the Blueberry Hill Tournament Steel Tip event. Join me if you would. It's going to be fun. Old school pub style tournament. 21 boards. Nice little restaurant atmosphere. Join us. Should be fun.
Yeah, 50th anniversary. That's pretty awesome, man. And I will, if you guys want to hear my voice this weekend, I'll be part of the Championship Dart Circuit weekend number 4 in Canada. So I'm heading to Toronto tomorrow night, buddy. I'm excited. We're staying in an old house, like an 1860s house we got for an Airbnb. It's going to be really awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That'll work. That'll certainly do. Well, whether it's playing or watching, we've got you covered. Come hang out with us, or well, I guess just come hang out with us, whether it's watching or playing. Either one will work. Take care, folks. We'll see you next time from William Stewart, Sean Green, and Nick Teixeira. Take care.
Have a great night, guys. Oh, don't leave me hanging.